Adaptation. Adaptation is a process which also takes place gradually in cultures. It has a very, very important effect and impact on the cultures. Since culture is supposed to be dynamic, it has to change to exist. The survival of the culture is due to the change in the culture. Many elements in the culture can be adapted. For example, many years ago, there was no concept of using air conditioners to lessen the temperature during the summers. But slowly and gradually, this habit of making the temperature low and keeping the room temperature low in order to have a comfortable room temperature, air conditioners were introduced in one part or in one level of the society. There were times when such an attitude was considered to be very harmful for health, and it was not encouraged that the air conditioners are being used, because for the reasons that the doors are closed, there is no fresh air coming in the rooms, and therefore it is not good for the health. And once you are out of the room, the temperature is totally different, and this can harm the health. But gradually, this attitude was adapted by different groups in the society, and now we see the majority of the groups have adapted the practice of using the machine to keep the rooms cool. This adaptation again goes very slow. Again, this learning attitude is very gradual and subtle. People do not make a conscious effort to learn this or to adapt it. It automatically insurges and people start doing the same thing. Some features are sometimes adapted by a culture which prove harmful. For example, fast food, pollution, etc. As I've mentioned, there are positive things which are adapted. Probably one of the good things which have been adapted by most of the cultures in Pakistan is encouraging the girl students to have education. This adaptation has also taken time, and it has been very gradual as well. But it has been there. And now most of the communities where we do not expect that the girl students would be having good education, we do find that this culture has been adapted. So this is one big example that we can quote in the context of Pakistan, where something positive in the culture has been adapted. Unfortunately, more things which are having negative effects are adapted by cultures. As I said, fast food. Fast food was not very popular in the previous cultures, but gradually it made an impact and influence in sharing the same culture with the other groups. And now fast food is not really being considered harmful in most of the communities and societies. It is rather considered to be more effective in households where people are working and they cannot prepare food, and therefore fast food is being encouraged. Similarly, pollution. The creation of pollution and not thinking of the environment with regards to pollution is another habit or another attitude which has been adapted by cultures and communities. And therefore, they are basing their housing facilities without giving any importance to how to get rid of pollution. So while adapting these habits or attitudes in the cultures or communities, some important things are being ignored because the cultures are adapting to one another.